Ladies and gentlemen, that's the cue because it's now time.
Oh, Lord.
Written, produced, and directed by Victor Allen. It's time for New Sports. There's the two-headed Vic. Two-headed Vic. It's time for New Sports. Victor Allen's own sporty way of doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, and without further ado, here's the tall, dark, handsome one that the ladies call sexual chocolate. Here's Vic. Not bad.
See, when he does the president stuff, he brings all the soul, the color, and everything.
What do you want? You want soul?
He's trying to sound like the guys back in the 50s.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that thing where you cup your ear. Here's Vic.
I don't know if that's homage to me being old, man. What's up?
If you want something good, ask Mac.
Yeah, okay.
See, Mac, he's the voiceover king.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. Right. All our best voiceover stuff, Mac.
Yeah.
No, okay. Well, that's the truth.
All right. Okay. Now that we may have gotten, maybe one or two fans to leave the room, we feel better now. I get to talk about sports because I get to talk about sports. And my dream is that the day that they allow audio to be running fully blown during football games on the sidelines, to hear them have that wonderful chatter and that team, spirit around everyone without censorship. Do you look forward to that day, Martin?
Well, I can hear cursing anytime. It's just that you'll get to hear all those expletives and all their various incarnations as reflected from the regional, groups on the team. You're going to get to hear some Southern FUs and some Eastern FUs and you suck with a distinctly Californian accent. So if we were able to listen on the sidelines, whenever I listen to athletes talk, it always reminds me of the regional differences.
That's right.
Here in the United States.
Thank you.
Well, there's cultural and regional because you can go to certain regions. You watching Swamp Folks, they all talk like that.
You will find that there's some regional barriers even with the same language. English will be subdivided. Okay.
So I don't know if I want to hear the cussing on the sideline.
I want to hear them talk across.
They won't speak freely.
I want the offense and defensive linemen. I don't believe in the silence. I just want to hear it.
Because you know what you hear? The teammates fight way more than people think. That's the truth.
That's what
Because people on teams don't like each other.
No.
Because you're the team and you come together for the team. But that don't mean y'all have to like each other. You be like, man, you missed that block, asshole.
Right. Well, and GNN is right. Back in the day, they gave you excerpts of them talking. But, that's a lot of editing. They had to make sure they cut out the stuff. Well, no.
All of expletives.
And I'm going I want the NFL explicit version and then the censored version.
That's cool. Explicit version.
Okay. All right, you guys. I'm gonna top this off with what I call. I'm gonna say this. Andy Reid, quietly to me, has put together somewhat of an semblance of what they call a dream team. And when I say dream team, if you don't follow football, if you really don't follow it, dude, I'm just saying, Mario, just hear me out on this. Should the Philadelphia Eagles be referred to as the NFL Dream Team after their recent acquisitions?
Three major ones, at least that I can remember. Mm-hmm. At least three, right? I think it's four, though. It's some other ones. They've had a bunch of them. Yeah, I've been watching that. Just wondering how they were getting them. They added two receivers, defensive back. It's, Vic, yeah, I've been watching this.
Yeah,
but I don't like to say dream team. Man, y'all put that extra crazy pressure.
Who put the extra stuff in
dream team?
Wait a minute.
By saying dream team,
I'm telling you what the people are looking at. The data
they added some good players.
Let me just say,
they made some great moves.
Let me go over the people so you can know. All right, let me just say this because this group of people they got. This is not the other draft choices. This is just acquisitions. And I said, dude, when you come like this to me. The idea that you have Vince Young, who's a starting quarterback, as your backup quarterback.
I didn't hear they got him. Where did that come out? Man, I saw. I've been watching Vince Young. I've been waiting to see what was happening.
Backup. That's why I sit there and say that.
Where did they get Vince Young?
Y'all got to talk to him. You got to talk to him. Poor, he signs with the Eagles. I'm just saying. Let's just say
I didn't know about him. I didn't know about him.
I'm just saying this. Okay, Nnamdi, who's been the number one, of course, free agent.
Right.
They got four-time Pro Bowl.
Quarterback.
Notice almost all the people they got have Pro Bowl selection. They got Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, who is really the second to Nnamdi. And so you got both sides of the field, right? And you got Jason Babin, who is basically a one-time Pro Bowl selection, defensive end. And then you had Cullen Jenkins, who came over from the Green Bay Packers. All right,
defense definitely added some shit. But offense, even though one could debate we're gonna have to. Okay, Vic.
Yeah.
The value of Vince Young is yet to be determined.
I'm not worried about that.
However, yeah, because you know what? It's the whole thing with if Michael Vick. I'm always worried about him getting hurt.
Right.
But if he doesn't get hurt,
right.
I think it's. You know what I love about it? Doesn't it make us want to watch the season?
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, it's another thing to watch. Yeah. I want to watch it.
Right. And here's the other part. We talked about this the other day, and because this is real simple to me. We talked about how do you campaign other sports, and we're going to get into that maybe next week, where we talk about the NHL, the hockey, baseball. It needs to have some of the energy that NFL has, and as well as the NBA. But I'm going to say this. I agree with you to a certain part. I'm not saying that Andy Reid doesn't have a dream team. I'm saying not counting the draft choices they have, the idea that he has this collection already coming back with the...
So y'all going to root for Philly?
Look, you got Michael Vick.
Are y'all going to root for Philly?
And wait a minute. Deshaun Jackson, if he resigns...
That's what I'm waiting to see.
He's like the Reggie Bush,
right.
He's
hot.
He's okay.
It could be. Well, you talking Super Bowl. Now, Philadelphia, they have the wonderful cheesesteaks.
Here we go. See?
And the hoagies.
I'm trying to keep sports.
I'm just saying because and one thing about Philly, Vic, there's certain biases. Because that's the Hemsley. That's where Hemsleys come from.
Right.
So all my family's there. They love to talk shit about, they couldn't for a long time.
Right. I know.
But now they love this. I must admit, it approaches Dream Team.
Yes.
I hate hyperbole.
I know you do. There's a reason why you do.
It does make you think, who else is the contender? If you start looking at your contenders now,
we're going to get that in the next subject.
Okay.
See, the only reason why I'm saying that is
I don't read as we don't know each other's stories.
No.
Right before the show. That's what they don't realize.
No,
there's no rehearsals.
The whole idea is that we're supposed to set this in motion the way it is.
That's
because to me, I'm not trying to be correct. I'm just bringing the data, and the data's there, right there.
And you see, I didn't even know.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know. So I tell you, we ain't got time to rehearse shit.
Okay. But now, back to the matter at hand. Remember, the coach down to the players is okay, but the coach also has to report up to the penthouse. And I would say this, based on the collection of athletes, the type of athletes that they've acquired, and along with the draft choices yet to be determined unless you follow them behind the scenes in the story, is this a win-now year for Andy Reid? Because, one, now, let me just hold on before you go there. How many years does it take to have the right type of people around you? You've had a Donovan McNabb. So here's my thing. You got Michael Vick, who's already proven himself, basically. Everybody say you went above expectation. Now you have these other players. How many years do you think the ownership is giving Andy Reid with this collection?
Kind of unlimited. He's done well.
No.
First of all, last year really did well with what they showed with Michael Vick. I don't think there's any movement. And I wonder because Philly fans are kind of harsh.
Right.
But I haven't been getting any underswell of maybe, unless you read something I may have missed, Vic.
Right.
But Philly is known to be harsh. They really are. They're like New York.
Right.
And I haven't heard any groundswell of people against Andy Reid. In fact, I thought that the Michael Vick acquisition and some of the other things,
right,
and then how it went subsequent to that,
right,
actually solidified him more with the city of Philadelphia. I think right now they're still kind of bonded, so I think he's in a solid position.
Right.
I also don't think that he has to win the Super Bowl. I think the fans in Philly will even be happy with playoff, making it through. They actually are happy when they beat Dallas.
Okay. Oh no, I got you. But
they beat,
right. I know what you're doing. You're doing it. Your chair is from the perspective of hard work. People,
and the fans,
right.
I think the people like Andy Reid. Remember,
right.
I'm not his favorite. I think he's too liberal as a coach. He's
right.
kind of
No, I understand what you're saying.
But the people do seem to really go with him.
Okay, now I'm going to put you in the CEO owner's chair. Now give me your answer.
But I thought the family I thought they were kind of, some of these owners are different. You guys like the Rooneys and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I thought that it was a very happy arrangement. Remember when he had all the trouble with his son?
Right.
And they weren't even doing as,
I know, he has the off-field.
The ownership really has shown. So I think he has a solid position with that ownership.
And I'll say this. I think he does. Now they're going to look at this team and say, okay, you have the players now. You have the players. How long will it take?
I think they're going to be, I think he's going to perform well, and that people are going to be satisfied.
What's well? What's well? Because This is the best. This is the best crop of acquisitions as it relates to importing.
I don't think that people use that as the criteria, though.
Oh.
I think we do, but I think sports analysts do, but I certainly don't think fans do.
Well, no, you're in the chair of the CEO
like
owner.
I said, I think they've already proven they're comfortable with him. He's one of the people, to me, they've kind of proven they're comfortable with the level of performance he brings consistently. And I think with this team, and I think even without that, he's going to win the division.
Right. You're saying he's going to win the division?
Yeah, who do you think is going to win the division? You think Dallas is going to pull it together?
No. I'm just saying because you're doing what I call you're doing the owner. You're doing the owner.
Okay, wait. Okay, let me say this: they're going to certainly compete hard. It's only them versus New York.
I understand it. Washington, Dallas, New York. We know
Dallas is going to be respectable, but Dallas is going to put up a fight. I'm not going to say Dallas.
Right.
Dallas is going to compete.
Right.
I just ultimately go I think they can beat I think New York has questions.
Well, I'm gonna get to this point that I think you have to entertain as an owner. And Donovan McNabb, your boy, gave a comment as it relates to the players acquired in Philly, being that they have what they call a considerable amount of talent and superstars. How do you satisfy the hunger and the appetite of all of them who need to get the playing time of the ball in hand? He made comments saying it may be proven difficult because everybody's going to expect the ball. Here, and the part I'm saying is, Mario, they said they're going to have a hard time meeting the payroll that they're paying for these players and their delivery. So it's a cost involved. And as an owner, I'm going, well, if you're thinking of delivering now, what will be acceptable to you? Saying at least they have to get to this point.
I think all those calculations have already been made. These things are not really entered in as if you can pay.
Right.
They can pay.
No. I'm just saying speculate. You gave it a win in the division.
That's what I'm saying. But even without any of that, I don't agree with those parameters. I actually don't agree with them in any times that they're used. I didn't agree with those same types of parameters when they were applied to the Miami Heat.
I know. I'm just having you speculate.
I just don't. I don't think that. I think that there are owners who think like that, but I think there's owners who don't. So I just don't think that. I think in certain ownership, especially when they're consistent, display their behavior.
Right.
They, like, for example, certain organizations are really loath to make a lot of coaching changes. They tend to be really stick with it for a while.
Right.
And so I just don't think that's even, I don't think they think like that. I don't think like that. I'm not using that as assessment to judge them. I think that they will do well.
Now, you know that everybody else, even the professionals, those who are not only the ones who follow along, actually rate. They rate where they think they're going to be and where they end up. It's like rating the Raiders.
I think they're going to win the division.
So that's as far as you think they're going?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and look at the other divisions for a minute. But I think that division, especially because I think New York is always questionable. They haven't quite had it together enough.
Right, but they got
a bunch of areas. Yeah, they got enough to really, but they don't have enough.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that they're solid, but I really expect Dallas to be a strong contender. I think that Dallas is going to pull it together to a certain degree, and it's going to come down come down. This is a legend-old rivalry now with Dallas and Philly, but I think you're going to get a resurgence of that enough that both sides will be happy. I think the Dallas folks will be happy with it.
Right.
I think the Philly folks will be happy with it. The only people I'm wondering is about the Washington folks, how they're going to do. But Vic, no, I actually think they're going to compete. And when you say go for Super Bowl or not, I have to sit and look at the other teams a little more carefully. But no, like you said, they are strong contenders on paper. That's as far as I ever take that.
I say this. If all of a sudden your bankroll goes from say if your payroll is like $30 million, I know I'm keeping it low ball, and all of a sudden jumps to $130 million, you can't have the same attitude and saying, hey, well,
Who says?
No, you're not the owners paying all that money. They're paying a lot of money.
But what if I was and I say it's my money? So
no.
I can have whatever attitude I want to have.
No. So you want to be the anti. You're being the anti-CEO, comfortable chair sitting. I don't have no expectations.
I think you guys I think many sports people mistakenly think the owners have, quote unquote, these specific attitudes. I'm saying here with the Philadelphia, you have a documented pattern that they don't behave like that. Why would we assume they think like that?
So have they underachieved or overachieved?
Why would we assume they start thinking like that now?
No.
After all these years, why would they change?
Have they underachieved or overachieved?
No, I don't think they've done under or over. I think they've done they've done better than average.
I would say that if based on what they're saying, they go by the reins of the leadership on the field and say your quarterback is like the Tom Brady effect. Everybody knows you put him in the system, or Peyton Manning, your chances of winning is right there on the field. Yeah, the owner can have this philosophy or that philosophy, but everybody knows it's like the Mark Sanchez of New York Jets. They're hoping that it becomes an offensive power. They go as he goes. So when we speculate all these things, I said we're just speculating.
Yeah, because I don't totally agree with that. I think you could put Tom Brady and Peyton Manning on a bunch of NFL teams and it would still be shit.
Oh, you don't think they would produce more wins than an average quarterback?
They may or may not produce more wins, but the team would still suck because the team sucks.
Well, no. Let's
take Peyton Manning tomorrow and put him on the Oakland Raiders.
I knew you were going to say that.
They still suck.
No, let me tell you what.
All they would do is get Peyton's ass blasted.
Let me tell you what I think it happened. I do believe this, and I say this for a reason. And they say this. They say, Martin, you know this. When you have a mobilizing effort of a person who's in your room or on the field, everybody steps up on being on the same page. The reason why the Raiders are not is they're not all on the same page on the field. They don't have that leader on the field. Peyton does a lot more to bring his players up. His players are good. We're saying that. But they say, take Peyton off. You take Peyton off, you can get equal talent physically, but he does so much more, the intelligence.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, but I just don't think he'd do it himself. Like, for example, you take a good quarterback with leadership potential and put him in a place where the coaches are weak. Brett Favre at Minnesota.
Right.
And he still performed well.
With a weak-ass coach.
But like I said, but the team doesn't go with so far. Again, it was a stronger team. So what my point being that part is kind of overstated to me and a little bit overrated. There's no single player.
Well, no, I'm not saying
that can do enough. And nor even for the culture. They can't do it even enough. If they have the most wonderful personality and all that, that has been shown to me over and over again.
Right.
You have the other people there is not enough to overcome.
Oh, no. But you go from a winning, it's like this. The year before Michael Vick came versus being with McNabb being there, and the year following when he came in there. It took him a year, and then he steps up, and I said, you notice with the same basic players, that what the team did, they all got energized, and themselves they said what they felt from him. Right. And I said those are those intangibles that deals with the motivation and the passion. And I think you have to. Yes, is it going to be the answer?
But you were starting with a team that was essentially a good team anyway. So they had
like Dallas on paper,
right,
and underachievers.
And wait, but they had those elements there. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Then in that case, you could add one or two things because they're only one or two away.
Right.
But what if you have a team that's more than one or two away?
Right.
What if we take Peyton Manning and who else do you think is wonderful?
Tom Brady.
No, a different position.
Oh, a different position on a different team.
Yeah.
Let's
take two best.
I'll take Barber.
Okay, let's take the two of them. Yeah. Let's stick them on Cincinnati Bengals.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no.
What's going to happen? What is going to happen?
You're saying that there will be no increase, there will be no more wins.
No, I didn't say that, but what's going to happen? It's going to be a lackluster year.
Yeah, right, no improvement, you're saying.
I said what I said. I didn't say no improvement. You can do an improvement is going from 3 to 5.
That's all we're asking.
That's what I'm asking. So that's what I'm saying. In other words, that's my example. Even adding. When you add certain players to situations where the ownership, the management have a disease, it's like no matter who you put on the Clippers, okay, as another one, it's the same exact thing.
Right.
It doesn't make, and that's all I'm saying.
Right. I'm translating what they say is more wins. If the team can gain more wins.
2 is more.
Right.
One
so
is more.
If Philadelphia wins the division, they're going to win probably somewhere between 9 games at least or more. So that means, hey, look, do we see them going past the first round of the division?
I said they probably do, but I was also, the whole point was that when you add good players to teams, how much do they do?
Right.
I was making the example that adding Marion Barber and Peyton Manning to certain teams gets them an extra 2 wins a year.
Right. That translates to revenues.
Well, I'm just saying, my point was that in and of itself, it doesn't necessarily. You have to change the culture of the team.
Right. I think when you go, everybody knows when you get playoff shares and you get to that next game to win, it's a definite big revenue impact, and this is a revenue-driven organization.
But that's my point, though. 2 games going from 3 wins to 5 wins is not going to give you a big revenue change.
Right. But you already placed a minimum that they'll win the division. So playoffs,
no, I'm talking.
we're saying Philadelphia.
Well, we're talking about adding the players to the other teams.
Right. Will Philadelphia? You've already said Philadelphia will go further, or same, or less than
I think
last
they're
year.
going to win the division,
Right,
and go to the playoffs. It's hard for me to say who wins. I have to look at the other teams.
So it'll be an improvement over last year.
Well, if they win the division, did they? I don't remember. Did they win the division last year? I think they did.
I can't remember.
No, New York won. New York won.
I think New York.
I think New York won.
I can't remember.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I can't.
I think
they were
gonna
wild
win.
cards, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I expect Philadelphia to win the division,
Right,
more handedly. Except for that Dallas is going to be a way better show. That's what I expect.
Okay.
I expect the other parts. I expect the Giants.
I think
to flounder.
I think the division that they're in is taking a hit, and they're less.
Yeah, right. That's me too.
Which makes them rise.
Well, because of Washington,
Right.
I don't expect anything from.
Right.
And I expect New York to flounder.
Right.
Who else is there? There's one more.
You want St. Louis, man?
Hey, Kevin. Wait. They're going to have Kevin Cobb, right?
Well, Kevin Cobb is at Arizona.
Oh, he's in Arizona.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. The NFC is taking a hit a little bit in both divisions a little bit. It's not going to be hard. Look, the division to watch we know is Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. Chicago gets Marion Barber and Williams from Dallas, so they're going to be reinforced. Okay.
But who's okay?
Yeah, I know that's Lovie Smith. You're not crazy about him.
No. I like Lovey. I think he just needs to hire a good
Offensive coordinator.
Wait. Didn't they have Mike Marks?
Of course.
Oh, let's see what happened.
Yeah, that's why I said they had.
Give him the right. Did they still have him?
I thought. Check me on this. I may be wrong. I thought he was at Detroit, but then again,
you guys. Sorry, everybody. Anyways, my whole thing with Chicago has been the right offensive coordinator,
right,
and the right support for that offensive coordinator. Because I like the coach. I actually like Lovie Smith. I like Chicago. That's why I'm always really so irritated by their lack of an offensive performance.
And they both come from a Super Bowl winning team, St. Louis, in 1999-2000 season. So we both say they know the recipe.
I just get irritated when you're good at. See, to me, at some point, hire a damn offensive coordinator that can do something.
You can get somebody from Yale, Harvard.
I just fix it. Shit.
Okay, we're going
to it's like when you have a special teams keep messing up. Fix that. What is that? Fix it.
All right, man. Let me go to the next one. I got to go over here to the question that you actually were addressing or alluding to. And I'm going to show you this wonderful picture. It shows not that one. Yeah, there we go. Keep the New York Jets there. It says, who are NFL's clear favorites to win the Super Bowl after recent acquisitions? Because that's what the talk is about. Nobody knows what's going to happen until you get on the field. We know that. Clear favorites. And I put up what I call 6 teams, 3 from the AFC, 3 from the NFC, and we're going to see if we can just go.
When you have that many, don't it make it by definition unclear?
No.
You got 6 possible ones.
Out of how many teams in the league?
Doesn't that mean
how many teams are in the league?
That's 6 divided clearness.
Wait a minute. I say that these. Hey, you know what? If you guys want to question my favorites, watch this. I'll take the list off, and you just volunteer the names. All right, here we go. I put down New York Jets, New England Patriots, Green Bay, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh. And you notice, I may be wrong. I don't have Dallas. I don't have New York Giants. I don't have Chicago. I don't have Baltimore. That can mean something. This is my list. I have nothing to support that.
It's a good list, though.
So I'm just saying.
I don't know, clear. It's a 6. But no, because it'd be harder if you said 4. But since you allowed us 6, I'm just saying, hey, where do you get 6? Okay, because I can go I agree with this list. The only thing is that reason why I said I could do 4 because one could argue. Okay, you know what's so bad?
Right.
I didn't give Pittsburgh the same consideration I should have.
I know.
I really did.
I know.
But I don't think, Vic, I'm not going to include Atlanta. I get it. No, because they do look good there's certain things that look good. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I just don't believe. It's not a believer. I'm not a believer.
I know you're
Sorry.
not. I know.
But everybody else, like New York Jets,
right.
Tell you the truth, I want to watch them, but I'm not a believer either.
Okay.
But in other words, let me say what I'm saying. Because you said clear-cut favorite.
Right.
New York Jets is a team I like. Right. I think it's an uphill battle, kind of.
Okay, that's good.
So that's all. I think, but they've done some things.
Right.
But New England may come back harder than ever this year.
That's what I'm saying.
New England. That's what I'm saying. So New England and Green Bay.
See, I say clear cut.
Philly. are high on the list to me. Now, Pittsburgh's going to argue we should be high on the list.
Right.
And I can say you're kind of right. To me, Pittsburgh has to at least be considered as a favorite over the Jets and definitely over Atlanta.
Right.
But a little bit over the Jets, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I got you.
But definitely over Atlanta. But I agree with this list. I wouldn't change anything on the list. I would leave off the same ones you left off.
Right.
Even though I could make this argument. Atlanta Falcons versus Dallas.
I know.
Atlanta Falcons versus Baltimore.
That talent.
Those are all on the same level to me, kind of.
I know. Let me say this. I think Dallas has lived the life expectancy of the players they had on paper for several years, and they have aged. So Atlanta, looking at what they've done, without having the same conditions, I said, you guys came out of nowhere and expect to get better from the previous year. And you actually went up against Green Bay. You know, even though you lost at home, and significantly, anybody would have lost in Green Bay, and they weren't at full power. So I'm giving them a better consideration.
As a franchise, they're pretty happy, too, with their numbers.
Yes, they are.
I know that they're pretty happy with what because he actually was spending less money right after Vic.
Right. You think about
win-win. They did well, right. He did. So he had a cheaper team that overperformed, and plus the local people loved the team like crazy. So he's happy.
I would say the Atlanta Falcons Vic scenario, the rebound that both parties won, and there's three. The fans, Vic, the team. I said, look at the rebound in the short amount of time you guys came out of nowhere. Great organization and refocusing where they want to nurture and develop new talent. So, Mar, I agree with you. I'm not sure how far Atlanta will fly, but I'll say Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. I said, this is hard. It's hard to follow what he's going through with the surgery. Keep performing and carry the weight that he had from last year unless you have significant acquisitions or trades. And I haven't followed
them. You need a better team.
Yeah, they do. So here's my clear-cut favorites. And I know Philadelphia is at 8-1 odds out of Vegas. I know that. So I can already include them because it's just you can't ignore them. I don't have to say Green Bay. It's done. And I have to say New England Patriots because they're going to have two linemen up there. Woolfolk and Hainsworth. And I said, do you know that they will allow some relief behind them? They're going to go like, we are the wall of fame. And how Belichick negotiates that line to be able to press his defense, come from ranked 30th in the league. If he jumps up to the top 10, you have to include New England. So I'm going to go with those three right now. I'm just doing my 3 out of the 6.
It's interesting, though, when we're talking about the pressure situations, there's the whole discussion previous to this about teams where there's pressure from the ownership. The team that's off of here, Dallas Cowboys, probably epitomize that more than these other ones. For example, as an owner, I think he displays a different kind of an attitude than, say, the Philadelphia owners.
Yes, he does.
You know, Jerry, he just does. I think it's all now, even though he does show a certain kind of loyalty to me. He does.
Right.
And he does. He's not as quick to cut you as you people might think. Because I think he believes in the processes.
Right.
Because he is a former athlete. And and all that. But I think he also is one of the people, he wants results.
Right.
And there's a different level of pressure. I think Romo handles it well, maybe because he's a little bit more like a laissez-faire kind of guy.
Right.
But I think a different person might feel a different pressure at quarterback coming from, Jerry.
Yes.
Because like I said, because he does epitomize to me those kinds of attitudes.
Yeah, he
about
does.
Being specific about, if I give you this, you better give me this.
I would say if there is a chink, and I have no data on this, please, just my opinion from afar. If I had to say that Jerry has a weakness, it was really proven for the sensitivity of his coach, who everybody across the board says, put that coach doing the same things other places, and he would have been like railed. Yeah, he got a pass on Wade Phillips, and everybody was going like this. I said, we don't see no scheming. We don't see no mobilization of the team doing new type of plays. It was like, I said, is he getting a pass, or is it just me?
Well, I think some of the players, too, so.
Yeah.
So, no,
he got a pass. He got a pass. All right, we're going to go over to Do You Believe? I had an exiting question, but I'm going to say it anyway, and it's just a query. No, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to go to Do You Believe? You know the reason why, man. I want to be friendly. All right, here we go. Do you believe? And when you see this photo, Mario, it really epitomizes what you believe sports should be all about.
Rush to gang sex.
Right. So here we go.
These are men rushing to dive on each other.
See, it's
man love.
The quote down there came from, it's a quote under there. You guys are not going to be able to see. It's kind of small print. It says, where are Where are our women? We need help because I'm falling on my ass. One of those players in there are actually going through that experience. So keep that in mind while I go over and tell you, do you believe Shaquille O'Neal, as an NBA analyst, will have more success versus Tiger Woods winning a single tournament play in 2012?
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, I don't know if Tiger's... Okay, I think Tiger is going to unfortunately have one of the more public displays of what happens as we go through natural aging process.
What is that experience, Mark? Please illuminate.
In other words, your skill set declines. Even if you keep working up, there's just still, you reach a point where there's enough of a steady physical decline.
Right.
Even if you work out, do things, you just cannot compete on the same level. In other words, everybody gets older. The most wonderful athletes, the most beautiful people in the world, if they get old enough, stuff changes. Get over it. It's going to change.
See you hollering at him. You hollering at him, man.
I'm just saying. So Shaquille, I think, plus I'm a Shaquille O'Neal fan.
Right.
I think he's going to do well.
Right.
Tiger, I think, will continue to do well, Vic, but he's not. He's on that. To me, he started that thing.
The slippery slope.
Yeah, he started it, and no matter what, like in other words, if you do a resurge, you get a blip, right? Sometimes as you're on that slope, you get a blip and get one last champion thing, you know? But then it's definitely going.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he has enough to pull it out.
Right.
And nor do I know if he has enough incentives with everything else going on around him to work, even if he works hard. So that's all I'm saying. I think you've seen the best Tiger.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
It's the day that has passed.
Right. If we get 75% of the old Tiger, you're above almost everybody anyway.
And we say that about some other players and other teams, right? We say that about Michael Jordan, even Vince Carter, that last, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You get a certain amount of what they did.
Right. And those who excel know how to excel. Everybody's going like, if he's anywhere near who he is, he's going to win. This is a good one because I actually said, who's going to care about Shaquille O'Neal being an analyst? I said, but
I'm a fan of Shaq.
See, so
I knew it was Kobe the whole time.
See, I sit there and say, this is interesting because everybody's expecting Shaquille O'Neal to be very good because he plays those characterizations. Will he have the same allowed to him as an analyst? He's more of a show and tell person. He shows you something, you start laughing when he does a Halloween celebration with the wig, playing like he's Beyonce or whatever, or whomever. So my whole thing is, will he be like the Charles Barkley? No, he has to be totally himself in a different way. And
I can't wait. You know what? I'm glad you even said that. All of those things I like to see him mix it up with.
Yeah.
Chris Webber, Barkley, all of them.
Yeah.
Just everybody. I would just like to see it.
Right.
I just think he fits in there. And I think, as you and I have learned, as the wonderful broadcasting wizards that we are, one can learn and grow into this.
Yeah.
It takes a minute.
It takes some time.
It takes a minute
to find your place.
But if you go after being yourself, instead of being this thing, that's always a shorter cut.
Right.
Don't go through this wasted time of being this thing.
He's getting caught in the conversation I had with somebody that said, if you're going to go into some form of broadcasting as it relates to you being a character, an informationalist, or a combination of both, you're going to make a decision where you get your best impact. Charles Barkley is entertainment. Now, he can analyze everything all to death, but we wait for him to open his mouth. And he loves being the victim. He says, make me the victim. I'm the hostess Twinkie man. So we know that. Will Shaq be a victim, or will he assert himself to victimize others? And how will he do it? But if he just gives an analytical point of view, I said that's on the pathway of where I don't think people
I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think that's not his thing.
I know that. I agree.
So I think he'll be fine. I think one thing I do like is the producers of these modern sports segments that we watch.
Yeah.
They've opened it up a lot. It's a lot more fun.
I love it.
It's a lot more fun.
Okay. Going to our second, do you believe, because we alluded to this, and I'm going to say it's a simple answer here. Do you believe the Oakland Raiders will return to the days of old before the year 2015? All right, 2015 now.
Now,
4 years.
What? The team, he jacked that team up.
Who is he?
It's his team.
Who's he?
It's his team to jack.
Who is he? People want to know.
Al Davis. So, no, the team will get better when he passes.
Oh, see, I told you it was going to be
I
short.
hate to say it. I respect him for other things, but
Right.
if those of us who are old enough, he really did open it up more for black players.
Yeah.
To have positions. You cannot deny that.
And a genius in expanding the league from the old AFL
That's right. So I try to give him respect, but I have so many other things he's done to irritate me.
Right.
All the way from dealing with the Marcus Allen thing.
That lost me right there.
All the way. So, no, but I'm trying to give him a break. But, Al, come on.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. And when Mario say passes, he can just pass the torch. He doesn't have to go bye-bye.
Right. You don't have to go, but leave it alone. Go somewhere.
It's painful, is it?
Go get on the boat.
So this is wait. So what you're saying, if it's not 2015,
whenever Al dies. The year Al dies, the next year's a better year.
Okay, I'm not taking it that far.
I'm sorry.
If he just moves out of the room.
But he's not going to.
Okay, if he just comes take it level down.
He's like the Rupert Murdoch of NFL owners. He's going to hang on. Right. They get to be older than dirt. They fart dust.
See. I was
he's
trying
older
to save
than dirt.
Hey, look. Okay. What do we want? I could be putting Cleveland up here. I could be putting other teams up here. I could put Detroit. It's Raiders. The idea that they're not significant is a void in the NFL competitive market, and they're not competitive.
Don't you guys? Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate to admit, I kind of regret it because even though they weren't my favorite team, they were up in one of the teams I loved to watch, and we would debate because I was actually a Jets fan, and they were competitors, blah, blah. Yeah. But I'm just saying, don't we miss a good Raiders team?
Dude, you miss them. You miss them.
Man, damn, we miss a good Raiders team.
It's a whole decade.
Yeah, come on now. We ain't trying to have y'all suck so long. Jeez. Even Dallas, who I hate, they've sucked enough that I'm ready for them to make a comeback. Go on, America's team.
It's a long time.
America's team.
You need them to hate them, but right now to hate them,
we need you to be strong enough so we can hate you. There's I don't get any joy out of beating up on Dallas anymore.
Right.
Come on,
it's done.
I have to beat up on Texas sometimes.
Right, dude. The idea that we can sit up here and say Dallas and the Oakland Raiders have been in a place where you go, their absence really is a void as it relates to how you want to see them, so they can be competitive and be the giant killers or be the Giants that's killed.
Hey, PMC said he said Jack Tatum.
Oh, Jack.
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't have no presence like that.
No.
Like the whole Raider fear shit. Man, now it's like lip noodle. They like a 50-year-old erection.
I want you guys to know.
Alice.
See, Mario, I'm gonna come back on. I have to come up back on PMC. PMC. Mario chose not to say and quote that you booed him. I'm just letting you know when he was talking about Philadelphia.
He did?
Yes.
Well, that's okay because everybody got he Pittsburgh? But see, Pittsburgh got such a legacy. Ain't nobody will give Pittsburgh no shit. I don't give Pittsburgh. Everybody, Pittsburgh's one of them teams, most of us at least cared for them greatly at one time or another, right? Right. So I feel they had some fantastic Pittsburgh teams. Oh, I'm still a Franco Harris fan.
I know you going back.
I know. I'm old. I have to go back.
All right, you guys.
Rocky Blyer.
I know. Shit. I figured you're going to do that. All right, we're going to go. Here's our exit for the sports segment. The last one of Do You Believe? Do you believe the wives and girlfriends of Major League Baseball pitchers should be allowed to rush onto the field to defend their men during a bench-clearing brawl?
Well, didn't LeBron's mom come and rescue him?
I don't know, Mario.
That was a video on YouTube. LeBron's mom ran into the court because somebody fouled him. You know that, And I like LeBron. I'm sorry I brought it up, LeBron. I just brought it up. No, wives and girlfriends. First of all, So you said wives again, because I watch Basketball Wives. Ain't a nary a wife up there.
I want to.
Now, what's the real wife?
Come on.
Should athlete concubines, sex buddies
come rushing
be
on the
allowed,
field,
and just local sleep-arounds be allowed to rush onto the field?
Right.
No, they should be necktie. Pie. This is a good time you should throw a yoke on a woman. Wham! And I've seen Basketball Wives. Some of the women could take a forearm. Bam!
You see this?
Jenny she would forearm you back.
You notice this? I put this in the frame of helping the men, and he's actually attacking the women. This is not how the framing of the dude, let it go.
I had a bad experience.
Let it go.
Yeah, I know. We had bad experience.
Would you not be proud if your woman that you didn't expect came rushing onto the field in your picture to defend you from the hitter
No,
that's coming.
I would think she has poor judgment. No. Stay your ass up there. All you're going to do is get my... First of all, that's like when you get to a... No, your woman should know when to disappear. I even used to tell mine, if I get in any shit, run your ass to the car. Because I might clock somebody up in here, and then I have to run to the car. I can't get my ass kicked because I'm trying to find you.
Okay.
If you see me get any shit, run your ass to the car. And if you can't run in them heels, take them off.
This is okay.
Take off your heels and run in your bare feet.
Ladies, I was really trying to have you be embraced in a sport that needs more of a presence where the women are involved and standing behind the men. It didn't go off the club. Unfortunately, we have somebody here who has lost perspective.
I just say they don't do it at the ball game, but yeah, like PMC said, now if I'm in a fight on the street, pull out a gun. Shit, say that's my man.
The ghetto's coming
back. Pull out
a
straight razor. You know, if a fine ass babe pulls out a straight razor, we all say, damn.
Let's say, this is wrong. This is wrong. I am done with my Do You Believe in My Sports segment.
All right, you guys,
you're reminiscing. You're bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, produced and directed by, there he is, the two-headed Vic. Victor Allen's New Sports, today's wonderful new combination of sports and sex. You got it here. That's right. If you don't like anything, write Victor Allen. Victor at paxtereo.tv.